Well, good afternoon. My name is John Ayoub. I'm the CEO of Mobridge Regional Hospital and Clinics in Mobridge, South Dakota. Um, I've been at Mobridge Regional Hospital for nearly 8.5 years. I am I have a background in rural health care. This is my 18th year as a CEO of a critical access hospital, and I've been in rural health for just over 28 years now. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Mobridge Regional is a 25-bed critical access hospital. We have 4 rural health clinics. We are the only facility within a 100-mile radius providing surgical and obstetrical services. We also have an assisted living facility. We run a rural ambulance service. Um, just a lot of great people helping friends and neighbors. Challenges and frustrations, a lot of it these days relates to workforce. There's not enough people doing the work that we need them to do. And so there's a lot of competition to find the best people. We don't want just anybody on the team. We want, world-class providers to provide world-class care. We are in a rural community, and so that's not for everybody. It's 100 miles to the nearest Walmart. We do have some coffee, but there's no Starbucks around here. And so, not everybody wants to live in a rural community. I think that it's the only place to be, but not everybody feels that way. And then there are providers that want to be in a place like ours, but maybe their spouses don't necessarily want to. So healthcare staffing is really the major challenge, whether it's nurses, techs, physicians. We're fighting for everybody, even, cooks and maintenance crew. It seems like every day is getting tougher. In South Dakota, we are blessed and cursed with, an unemployment rate that's less than 2%. And so, there's just not a lot of qualified people here looking for jobs. Well, that's a great question. In rural healthcare, people step up to the challenge, and so while there's from the outside looking in, there's not that much break in the continuity. People provide the care. I think what we see is really that the threat of burnout is real. You can only ask so many people to do so much work for so long before they burn themselves out. And so, we don't have the option of just shutting down the emergency room. We don't have the option of sending the patients home and closing down our inpatient wing. And so we ask people to do more and more. Our lab is going to run 24/7, 365, whether we have 5 techs or 6 techs. Our imaging has to be available, whether we've got 4 or 5 or 6. And so it becomes a matter of burning our people out. And you can't provide world-class service if your staff are having trouble, keeping it together. They want to be, with their at their kids' events. They want to be with their loved ones for holidays. And so we try to keep well staffed, not only to provide the care, but to keep our people healthy. And so that really is the challenge. When we're running short, it puts that pressure on, and you can only stay ramped up. I know you're a little bit about your background. You can only run the race car in the red for so long before the thing stops working the way that it should. And so really we want to take good care of our people so they can take good care of our patients. Really, Jeremy, it's you, and there is no other reason. I've known you for quite some time. I knew you before you started your own company. You've always been a man of integrity. You've always taken on the hard searches, and you've always produced results. And so when you started your own firm, it was kind of a no-brainer to go with the people that that produce the results. So without going too far, making your head too big, I think that you are the reason. And because of who you are, I know if you bring somebody onto your team, they're going to meet your exacting standards, and they're not just going to treat us as a potential paycheck. But we're an organization that needs to find the right person, and you're going to make that happen. We work with a number of folks. We've had other physician recruitment organizations, and we've had varying levels of success. Depending on the position, we've tried different things. Like I said, we recruit for everybody, from cooks and aides, housekeepers up to physicians and physician assistants, and so we have different tools in our toolkit for the different. It doesn't make any sense for me to hire somebody like you to try to find us a cook, but when we need to find a physician and a rare physician, we look for family practice docs who not only do obstetrics but who can do cesarean sections. That is a very niche search, and that's when we call in the big guns such as yourself. It was really easy. You make it easy. I think that I was impressed from the start. You don't just look for a cookie cutter mold. You learn about the organization. I know you've not been out here, but you sent no the
Terry Wagner came out.
Oh, Terry, yes, I thought you said
Yes.
Terry. Terry, yes, the pickle queen of South Carolina. So, I mean, she came out here, she learned about our organization, she learned about our community. So we knew that you were going in and not just trying to cast a net and catch anybody. You were looking for somebody who was going to fit into the community, fit into what we were doing in the organization. From there, we talked about what methods that you were going to utilize. You talked about what it might cost. Your contract was very easy to understand. We went through that step by step before signing anything. And then you provided excellent updates. I always knew who you were talking to and how the thing was progressing. And then when it came time to set up the interviews, we were able to coordinate, collaborate. You knew, that there was a basket of goodies waiting in their hotel room when they showed up. You knew when they were going to meet with the real estate agent and do the community tour, and when we were having dinner with our medical staff. I think open lines of communication, very easy to follow. Expectations. I think that's what made the process so easy and worked so well. You met our needs. I think that your level of service is always outstanding. I think that it's great to be a nice guy and to have a good relationship. It's another to be a nice guy, have a good relationship, and then fulfill the needs of the search. And that really was what happened. At least with the last doctor, you nailed it. We were looking for somebody who, again, very niche, family practice, who could do OB, who could do sections. You found somebody that met our needs. You found somebody who was looking to use all of their skill set, and we were looking for somebody with that skill set. And so I think that's kind of I could make this answer more complicated than it needed to be, but we told you exactly what we needed, and that was exactly what you delivered, and that was the best possible result. You couldn't go any higher with the expectation from there. Yep. See previous answer. You found us the person that we absolutely needed, the exact fit for the opening that we had. Oh, it's been phenomenal. The last physician that we hired, was able to come on and started seeing patients immediately. He is loved by the community. It took a while as it does, to get a full panel of patients. You got to start with the welcome visits and establish care, and those are longer visits. We put him in the emergency room. We put him doing some urgent care so that he could meet more people. We had a welcome to the community celebration and an open house, but he was able to come in and make an impact day one. It took a few extra weeks to get him up to speed on OB, but he was able to do ER call and trauma call day one, and then after a little bit of orientation and kind of getting to understand how we do things specifically out here, he was able to jump into the call schedule for obstetrics as well. Really, the difference between a 1 in 3 versus a 1 in 4 call rotation is huge, and so that's moving from a third to a quarter is extra time at home with families for docs who want to be there for birthdays and basketball games, and they're now able to do that. So he's made an immediate impact and is doing great as a physician. Also fitting well into the community. People really like him. His personality is excellent. You found us a winner. It's good. You check in, you wanted to make sure that he's doing well. You want to make sure that we're doing well, want to make sure that there are no other needs that we have. I think that you've done a great job of respecting my schedule. If there's nothing to talk about, we don't schedule a call, but you do try to get on my calendar once a quarter, and I think that it's good to have those the ability to touch base. I think that I know, I've got your email address, I've got your cell phone. I know I can call or text or shoot you an email anytime I need to get a hold of you. You're very responsive. I think it's been going great. Absolutely. I would recommend you without hesitation. I think that you provide a good product for all of the reasons that I've mentioned, and I would tell them to do it. Um, no, I think I've shared it all, but yeah, you're very easy to work with. Like I said, a man of integrity. I think I know what to expect from you. I've been working with you for a long time. It's not you're very consistent. You don't fluctuate from day to day, week to week, year to year. I think that there's a lot to be said for that consistency, delivering on what you say you're going to do, and then doing it in a manner that I know is going to reflect well on me personally and on my organization.